Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. For this video, I have 5 books that I've been really wanting to read, and I'm going to read them for this video and talk about them. I'm going to be filming over the course of probably a few weeks, maybe. These are all in like a similar genre, I think. I don't really know what all of them are, but I've heard so many good things about them, and I've been wanting to read them for a very long time, so why not read them now? I don't know if I already said this, but I only own one of the books, so I'm gonna have the picture on the screen when I talk about it. So the first book that I'm going to be reading is A Cruel Prince. Or The Cruel Prince. I'm pretty sure it's A Cruel Prince, but I don't know. I've heard so much about this book, and I decided that it was time for me to actually read it and see for myself if I liked it. The next book that I actually own is Red Queen. I purchased this well, not a long time ago. It was a while ago though. And I've been wanting to read this for a while. Very excited to read this. It has something to do with like different colors of blood puts you on different ranks, I'm pretty sure, and I'm assuming the main character has some cool blood that makes her cool. The next book is Six of Crows. So as you probably already know, I decided to do Shadow and Bone instead because it comes before Six of Crows. So I'm just gonna put the information up for Shadow and Bone right now. This is probably the one that I know the least about. It is called Daughter of Smoke and Bones, or A Daughter, or The Daughter. Don't know. I don't know those parts of it. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but I also don't know what I was talking about. Okay, so the last book is An Ember in the Ashes, and I started reading this book like 2 years ago, and I think it was kind of like just going over my head. I didn't really understand what was going on, and I didn't even read that much. The switching of points of view just confused me a lot. I don't know. I think I'll understand it now. Hopefully I'll like it this time. I don't know which book I'm going to start reading, but I kind of want to start either Cruel Prince or Red Queen, but I will let you guys know when I do this. Maybe I'll talk about each book when I'm in the middle of it or something, and then I'll come back when I'm finished with them and talk about them. See you when I'm 50% done. Hello guys, it is a day later and I'm currently 50% finished with the first book that I decided to read, which is The Cruel Prince. I was super excited to read this book, and I honestly had no idea what to expect. I'm obviously not finished, so I don't know what's coming, and I actually can't predict anything that's coming. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I'll just give you like my overall thoughts currently of what's going on. I just wanted to talk about the characters because that's kind of the thing that's been jumping out at me most. Like, the plot is interesting, but nothing has really happened yet. So I can't really talk about the plot yet, but I can't talk about the characters. I just wanted to say that Carden and his like group of people, they're so annoying. Locke, he's fine. He's not as bad, really, but the fact that he just doesn't do anything, like when they're being really rude to her. I did not explain that well because it's more than just being rude to her. They're physically assaulting her. I think that Holly Black wrote those characters really well because she wrote them in a way that truly makes me dislike them, and I usually don't really hate the mean characters in books because, you know, it makes them more interesting or whatever. But in this, that group of people, like, just so annoying. I know that at least Carden has some character growth throughout the series. He has to, or that's just not gonna work. I know that he's gonna have some sort of character growth, but currently annoying. Also, another character that annoys me a lot is Taryn, and that's how I say her name. Taryn, I don't know. I say it Taryn. She also annoys me a lot. I just think that she's like, so far, it could totally change, but so far, like, her character just seems like so, I don't want to say weak because, you know, it's just a different personality type, but I just don't like how she acts throughout this first part of the book. But I'm very intrigued to see how it goes. If I were to rate it right now on Goodreads, I would put a 4 out of 5 because the book is actually really good so far, but I just want to see what happens with the plot because I really don't know what's going to happen. So I just finished The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and wow, that was a ride. I'm not gonna go like super deep into it because I'm gonna come back at the end when I finished all of them and kind of talk about all of them. But I really loved that book. Also, I'm trying to be quiet because it's like 12 a.m. and I probably should not be filming right now, but I have to explain this because I just finished and it's fresh in my mind. So I really enjoyed that book. Something about it was like so interesting throughout the entire book. Like not one part was I like, I don't want to read this right now. In the last clip I said like 50% in and like no plot. Like there's not been anything interesting that's happened necessarily, or there's been no like big conflict other than like the bullying, the extreme bullying. But wow, the part where like the conflict with the king, that part, favorite part of the book, that was so fun. I don't want to say fun because that sounds a little bit insensitive, but it was really fun to read. So yeah, really love it. I'm going to probably start one right now. I think I'm gonna either start Six of Crows or An Ember in the Ashes. I kind of want to read the Ember. I kind of want to read that. I'm tired. I kind of want to read An Ember in the Ashes more a little bit. But yeah, I really love this book. The Cruel Prince, pretty good. It lived up to the hype for me, and I will definitely be continuing the series, but obviously not right now because I don't have time for that right now, but yeah. Hello again. Today is the 4th day of me doing this video. Today I started An Ember in the Ashes and I'm about a 4th of the way done, so I really don't have that much thoughts to talk about right now, but I just wanted to say before I started this, I think I explained this, but about 2 years ago I started this book. And not really very much because I had to put it down because I did not understand what was going on. But I'm currently reading this and I'm not confused at all. I don't know what was going wrong up here the last time I read this. So I will just quickly like explain what's going on currently. I don't know how to pronounce everything in this book. So our main character Leia, she had a lot of stuff happen in the beginning of the book that I'm not going to tell you, though if you did pick up the book it would happen right away. So yeah, it's not a huge spoiler, but it is a spoiler, I guess. Their brother Darren got taken with the mask to a place where they're going to interrogate him because he had a sketchbook full of weapons that they were planning to make for the resistance. And so Leia runs away because she gets away from them, and she goes into these, I think it's the sewer, trying to get away from these people and find the resistance. She ends up finding them and she asks for their help, and eventually they agree to help her, but they said that she has to basically, like, they're gonna do a trade type thing, and she has to become a spy and spy on the commandant of Black Cliff Military Academy. That is what's going on with her POV. This is a split POV book with Elias. He is in Black Cliff Military Academy and he's training to be a mask, and he doesn't want to be a mask. He was planning for a long time to run away and escape the academy after he graduated because it would be easier that way, he thinks. He talked to an old guy, I don't remember what he is. I think his name is Kane, and he kind of made him question that, and he doesn't know if he's going to leave. I personally don't think he is because, I mean, Elias and Leia have to meet at some point. I would assume he's going to stay, but who knows. I just wanted to do a quick update. Hello once again, everyone. So, today I finished An Ember in the Ashes. You thought I was coming back with a 50%? No. I finished. I greatly enjoyed this book as well. It was better than I expected it to be. So, I keep the notes on here. The first thing that I wrote down is I really liked how the author wrote every chapter. Some authors throw in like filler chapters that kind of don't really mean anything in the grand scheme of the book, but with this author, I think that every single chapter meant something to the end of the book. I don't know, I really liked it. Also, that says April 12th. It's not April 12th. So, that's all I had to update for this book. Truly liked it. I won't tell you what I gave the rating, but I will at the end. So, the next book that I'm going to be reading is Six of Crows. I've decided on that. It's going to be Six of Crows, and I'm very excited. You're in my video. Say hi.
Your fans are fat.
It's a few hours afterwards, and I started Six of Crows, and I just wanted to say we have a bit of a change of plans. I started reading Six of Crows, and I was genuinely confused. So I was like, maybe there's something I'm supposed to read before this. So I searched it up on my computer, and it said the Grisha trilogy actually comes before Six of Crows. I'm going to start reading Shadow and Bone, so I will be back later. I'm back and I finished Shadow and Bone. I know I didn't do like a 50% thing. I don't remember what time it was when I was 50% in, but I think it was like early this morning at like 6 a.m. Everybody else is sleeping. I'm not gonna wake anybody up for that. So my hair looks weird. Didn't bother doing it. I had a few things that I wanted to say about this book before I get started with the next one. The first thing I have to say is that it was definitely my quickest read. I finished this one very quickly. I finished it in less than a day, and that's kind of surprising for me. Even though I did finish it quickest, I'm not gonna say if that means it's my favorite or not. I don't know why this one ended up being like super quick to get through, but it was. The next thing I wanted to say is that truly, I didn't really like any of the characters, and that's really weird for me because I usually pick out characters that I really like and then I wait for them to actually be in the story. Like, I look forward to the pages where they're on. But in this, I thought Elena was okay. She was a little bit annoying, and I don't know why. I truly don't know why she was annoying to me, but she kind of was. The only character that I liked in the beginning was the Darkling, just because he seemed like an interesting character. Also, I did get a few spoilers. Even though I knew it was gonna happen, it was actually really disappointing when Elena was betrayed by him. When she found out, that was really sad. I'm going to start on Daughter of Smoke and Bone now. I'm gonna say now, this one's the one that I'm kind of nervous about. Out of all of them, this is the one I'm not quite sure if I'm going to like. I'm going to predict now that it's going to be my least favorite. Hello, and I just finished Daughter of Smoke and Bone. No. I don't even know what to say about this book. We'll talk about things that I disliked, which was the whole book, but we'll talk about specific things. Firstly, I felt like it jumped into the story so much. We got absolutely no background of her character, and I know that kind of is what they were trying to do, as in like she didn't know who she was, so we weren't supposed to. But you can't just be throwing these weird words at me like I'm supposed to know what they mean, because I did not follow a lot of the things that they were talking about. I've never read a book like that, and that's supposed to be a good thing, right? No. I don't know of a book that I've disliked this much. Okay. What was the other things I disliked? I put a notes page together, but it's on my phone and I'm filming with my phone, so I can't really see it, but I just looked back at my notes. And the first note that I have is, I am not enjoying this. I was not enjoying it up to like the middle of the book, and then it was okay in the middle, and then it was like, whew. What I also wrote is that when the two main characters, Akiva and Karu, I think that's how you say them, that's how I was saying them. And they actually, like, I don't want to say met because it doesn't really make sense or apply to the story, but when they did end up meeting, it was really weird because, like, I'm supposed to accept the fact that they were acting like they'd known each other forever, and I get that that is a part of the storyline, but neither of them knew that, and you're not gonna act like you just know this person that's a complete stranger. And I don't know, I feel like the author, I don't know what the author did there, but it didn't really make sense to me. And I got the spoiler because I always read this whole page of like about the characters and stuff. I like to know that before I start reading, so I already know what's gonna happen in like all of these books at the end. I already knew it was gonna happen, and it was still weird. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But the insta-love, which is like a romance trope, in my opinion, like one of the worst ones, and that was basically what this was in a nutshell, and I did not like it at all. Madrigal is how I read her name. When they had a flashback to her like story, I skipped all of it. Like, I skipped the whole thing because I was just like, I'm not reading this. I'm not reading this. I'm not going to continue with the series, so I really don't need to know this information. I don't really care. So yes, I skipped that part. Could have been great. Don't know. I don't care. I'm excited to read Red Queen now because that was terrible. I'm expecting this book to be much, much better. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like offend anybody if this is like your favorite book or anything. It's just my personal opinion. I don't like it at all, so. Hello for the last time. So, I finished. All in all, I did enjoy the book. I'll talk about it a little bit and then we'll talk about like all of them really quick. So, Red Queen. I was not expecting it to be like that at all, and I was not disappointed. I enjoyed it. The only thing I think that I did not like was the characters, sadly. I just think the characters were a little bit boring. I think, okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this as best as I can. For the majority of the book, I kind of just couldn't tell a difference between Cal and Maven. Like, their personalities felt the same for like 75% of the book. Obviously the end, it changed drastically, but I'm not gonna give any spoilers. I just realized I didn't turn my ring light on. It's literally just right here and I totally forgot to turn it on. Oh wait, I should have the book. I own it. I forgot this is one that I actually own, so. Red Queen, instead of putting a picture up. As I said, the character is boring to me. The main character she was totally fine. I liked her. But I feel like you could tell them apart. You could tell Cal and Maven apart, but just, they seemed like the same person. And I know that doesn't really make sense because they're obviously not, and they have different motives in the book, but their personality is kind of like aligned for me. Also, without spoiling too much, I was on like page 150. I wrote it in my notes so that I could remember if something actually happened. I wrote down that I thought Maven was like a sketchy character. Like, I didn't know what exactly was sketchy about him because he really didn't have them. He wasn't that suspicious really, but I just had a bad feeling about him. I don't know. I just felt like he jumped in the guard too quickly. And if he was going to do that, it would have been at either the end of the book or like in a different book. I don't know. I just felt like like suspicious of him. So yeah, that ended up being correct. And I was like really proud of myself that I called that for some reason. Okay, so that's kind of all I have to say about this book. I enjoyed it and I'll be continuing the series definitely. Now I'm going to rank my books, the books I read. And also this video only took about a week, just slightly over a week. And so I probably could do it again because I was expecting it to take multiple weeks to finish, but it was just a week and it was nice. So I'll probably be able to do these again. So let's start with my first favorite book, which is The Cruel Prince. That was definitely my favorite. I ordered all of them and they're coming at the end of this month and I'm so excited to see them, to have them. I gave that a 5-star rating out of 5 on Goodreads, and I did write a review, so if you want to see that, go check out my Goodreads. My second favorite is An Ember in the Ashes. So good. Truly so excited to continue the series for most of these books. I thought it was so good, and I wish I had read it sooner. I also gave that a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because it deserved that many. It was really well written and I really enjoyed that. And you can probably guess, but my third favorite is Shadow and Bone. I think I actually gave this a 4 out of 5 stars just because I didn't really like any characters. I will definitely be continuing. If not, so that I can finish this, but also so that I could read Six of Crows. I know you don't have to read it to read Six of Crows, but I'm that type of person that, like, if it came out before Six of Crows, I have to read I have to read Shadow and Bone first. My fourth favorite is Red Queen. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I think. I didn't love it, but it was enjoyable, I think. And then fifth, as you guys obviously could have guessed, is Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Genuinely, when I think about that book, I have genuine, like, dread. Like, if I think about reading it again or reading the rest of the series, like, I'm like, no. So I gave that a 1 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Also, I'm really disappointed because I was really excited to read it. It turned out being that. So if you guys want me to do a video like this again, definitely let me know, and also let me know any video ideas that you have for me. Because I would love to do them. And also, like, if you've read any of these books, say your opinion, and I don't care if it's the complete opposite of mine, I still want to read them because that would be really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!